A Wednesday at 12 o'clock? Well, sounds like we've got some lunchtime lacrosse here on ACC Network Extra. Salt Lake City, or as Utes fans like to call it, Salt Lac City, faces the Salt City. Utah and Syracuse battle for the first time ever here in the JMA Wireless Dome. The opening face-off for Syracuse, Tyler Clokel for Utah, and it's Cone who wins the first battle. We're underway. Hope you're enjoying your lunch break here on ACC.
He was really shut down last game. We've seen him on the wing already. We've seen him at X. We've seen him up top.
Sam English loses the ball. Utah causes a turnover. So how about that? The Utes make the first stop in this game. They're immediately down the other side of the turf. Ball batted around. Billy Dwan scoops it up for SU. Alexo, he's checked right at the restraining line. Boy, the Utes and the Orange have come up with some aggression. Mulay shovels in front. Spalina shot. Stopped by Lenskol.
What an unbelievable save there. Spalina tried the behind the back, and he had to. I don't know.
This early season, tied for the team lead for Utah. Surveying, Steins moves to his right. It's pushed down to the turf by Figueres. Bradbury's shot goes in the back of the net. Utah, with stellar ball movement, scores first.
You just can't give Tyler Bradbury that much space. Nick Kikemo slid away from him. You saw the man fall to the ground, and Kikemo, I think, kind of pounced on this situation, thought that he could have taken the turnover, but then you leave a man wide open about 13 yards out. That's a goal 10 times out of 10. Not the rotation there on the Syracuse defense, and I mean, how about a perfect start?
Hoddle has the ball straight away. A little bit of a personnel change today for the Orange. Jake Stevens is out today with an upper body injury, which means that Hoddle fills his place on the second line midfield. Luke Roa gets double teamed, somehow navigates through it, and passes to Muley. Spalina has the ball, goal line extended, pass in front, and a score! A quick stick from Jackson Burtwhistle. Knots the game up in one.
It's been a slow start to the year for Burtwhistle after missing the first couple of games due to injury. Scored one last time out and gets the bouncer there. That's where Syracuse is most successful. The cuts and Joey Spalina with the perfect look. You can't give Spalina. The long stick that's on Spalina is not Joey Boylston, not the first team All-ASUN guy. You'd expect he'd be the man who picks up the star, but it's not him. Boylston's really staying on the crease.
The Orange back in the goal column. Quick restart, and the Orange take advantage.
That's where Michael Leo had so much success against Maryland. When he has a shorty on him, he's going to get the work done. He's a former attackman, so he's got all the skill in the world. The second that he has any space, he's going to fire a shot off, and perfect placement there. The 5-hole.
Cause another turnover. Justice Peterson, the senior midfielder, crosses the restraining line, but the pass is off. Alexo scoops it up, races to the offensive zone. Muley, he whiffs, and Lenskol scoops it up rather easily.
Start and coming off of a game that was intense as Maryland on Saturday.
Cody Hart, junior midfielder for the Utes, on the left side, scores into the top left corner. Will Mark couldn't get above his right shoulder, and the Utes knocked the game up at 2.
That was just a laser from Cody Hart. A great job initially to create separation from Vinny Trujillo, and then a perfect shot right under the bar. Will Mark just can't get to it in time. A perfect placement, a ton.
That right wing for Syracuse. Swings it all the way around to Spalina. Screen from the right. Spalina. Double team, passes off. Almost too quick passing for Syracuse, but English has it, racing to the net, passes to Muley, wraps around and scores! When you double team, there's one man open, and that time it was Christian Muley. 3-2 Cuse.
Yeah, Christian Muley didn't get the last finish, but gets this one. The nice job to get around the crease, and just a great finish there from Christian Muley. He's not a guy who's ever going to be phased and puts the Cuse on top.
It's back and forth in the dome. Instead, a first loss of the season for Syracuse, now 3-1 on the season. And last year, the Orange 8-7, 1-5 in ACC play. And Owen Hiltz wants to make the Orange go 4-1. Screaming down the left wing, the Canadian makes it 4-2 Cuse.
It's so important for Owen Hiltz to get involved early in a game, for him to get going in the first quarter, because sometimes if he doesn't, he kind of falls off towards the end. But there, the nice fake.
You mentioned it, Adam, right? Top scoring team in the A-Sun last year. Pass falls out, a high stick. Carter Rice knocked down to the ground. Baseball swung out. And Matt Wright begins the clear for SU. Well, even if Utah loses possession, helmet falls off, play stopped immediately, and Carson Moyer, now he can't come back on the field until the next dead ball.
Yeah, that can be a good amount of time, because that means the ball's got to go out of bounds, can't just be turnovers. He's got to wait until that dead ball.
And Carson Moyer, he's got 4 goals this year. Sam Alexo's got goals too. The third long pole goal of the year. The senior LSM strings it and makes it 5-0 Syracuse. 5-2 Syracuse, I should say.
It's so rare to find an LSM like Sam Alexo, who has the power and the accuracy on his shot like he does. You give him any room in the world and he will place it perfectly, and it will be a rocket. You see that perfect shot.
Back in the game. Passes down low to Steins. Rotates on Figueres. Still to his strong side. Bounces it in between Mark's legs. What a crafty finish for Tyler Bradbury. And the Syracuse lead is cut to 2.
And that was a great defensive play there by Figueres. Physical, he almost gets his stick in the way too, pushing as the shot gets off, but I love that bounce shot. It's almost like a lost start sometimes, but Ryan Steins understands that he's...
Pass intended for Luke Haley, the sophomore midfielder. Utah, 2 straight unsuccessful clears. Owen Hiltz near the doorstep, he scores! The hidden ball trick works to perfection. Fooled us here in the booth as Finn Thompson scores and makes it 6-3 Orange. That's how crafty this offense is, Adam.
I got to take another look. I lost that there.
I was staring at Hiltz the whole time.
Yeah, I thought that was Hiltz the entire. You'll see them try it all the time, almost every single possession. They'll say, hey, why not here? So you see, Finn Thompson has it the entire time. And credit to our cameraman for keeping it on him. Everyone's got all the attention here on Hiltz, and then Finn Thompson almost out of the shot, right through the legs of Christian Muley. That almost hit Muley. No one saw it coming. That's as easy of a goal as it'll ever get.
Given the time of the game, probably a huge egg tonight. Gary Gates' offense known for its unique, crafty style. The hidden ball trick doubles up Syracuse's lead.
Yeah, and with some of the issues that the Orange have had on offense, it's kind of crazy to see that they have 6 goals in this quarter.
Billy Dwan's pass to Muley, successful. Now look at this. Hiltz, he scores on a wide open net. Utah tried to up the ante, but Syracuse's patience works to success. 7-3 Orange. Let's watch this, Adam, and see how this all develops.
But the Utes are going to be so aggressive here. The 10-man ride. You see, the goalie's all the way up about 30 yards high at cage, because that's what this Utah team is going to have to do to get possession.
Part of the experience. So Utah in 2019 getting the bump up to Division I. Now 6 years later, getting to play in the JMA Wireless Dome against the number 6 team in the country. That just shows you the fast growth that the Utes have had. We start the second quarter with a quick shot. Whistle sound as the ball goes to the back of the net. They call a same institution that Owen Hiltz attended. Below the cage, swings it to McMahon. A swim dodge to the doorstep. Mark makes the stop. Utah still on offense. Syracuse, Figueres, Dwan, and Kakemo. Alexa, the long stick midfielder there. locked up the Utah attacker, which allowed one thing that Coach Gate and defensive coordinator John O'Dearna are both looking for is for the defense to, if they are going to give up shots, which happens, they have to give up the quality shots that Will Mark can see. Quick stick, almost too quick from Finn Thompson. But now let's see Utah try to clear. Utah's been set up pretty easily on offense as of late. Couldn't clear that time, and Spallina takes advantage of it. After several turnovers, the orange ride forces a turnover. And Spallina scores to make it 8-3 Orange.
Those are just the type of mistakes you can't make in a game like this. From day one, you learn when you're clearing, don't throw the ball into the middle of the field because, well, it leads to opportunities like this, and Syracuse just takes advantage of it. You can't pass it right in front of the net because even if it's caught, there could be a guy on the ball. When the goalie's out of the cage, you just cannot let that happen.
Right, because Spallina scored. Tracked down by a short stick. Utah wraps it around. Charging in front. McMahon loses the ball. And it's picked up by Jake Spallina, Joey's brother.
We haven't heard much of him today. We were seeing a lot of Jake Spallina in the first 3 games. We continue to see this rotation on the Syracuse short C games come because, yes, Maryland's important, but at the end of the day, you've got much bigger games down the road.
English to Thompson. He scores! Thompson rips it and sticks it to give the Cuse a 9-3 lead.
That's key. Finn Thompson has not looked like himself as of late. His shot just not there, but a ripper from 10 yards out. Perfect placement and the power on it. The Orange offense is rolling.
Yeah, there was no way that Lenskold could get there in time. SU. First line midfield out, Leo, English, and Thompson. Leo backs down. His lefty sideliner finds the back of the net. Double team, no problem. SU up 10-3.
Michael Leo's shot has just improved so much over the offseason. The power and just the quick release makes it almost impossible to stop. He doesn't even really fully have his feet set here. He's in an awkward position. That's just straight upper body strength. The torque to just get all of his power.
Speaking of transfers, here's the Lehigh Mountain Hawk, Christian Muley. In front to Hiltz. Spallina whacks the ball away from DePonio. Knocked down to the turf. But can DePonio get the ball? No, he cannot. Muley's got it as his stick helicopters down to the turf. And Gary Gates says, you know what?
Effects. The Orange have dominated, to say the least, winning 13 of 15.
Mason Cone looking for another win. The ball swatted out of his stick as it rolls towards Syracuse's defensive zone. Mason Cone's got it and somehow gets through 5 Utes. Oh, that was incredible. How did Mason Cone get through?
Go right into the goalie's stick.
Owen Hiltz creates some space. His shot lands right in his stick.
You see again there, high to high. That's just too easy.
Hiltz sets a screen for a Hoddle, but Spallina still has the ball.
He's got to go now.
12 to shoot. Spallina to his strong side. Shoots low and scores. Just do it yourself, 22. Spallina's second goal of the game makes it 11-3 Orange. First goal of the second half.
I wish he did that more often. Joey Spallina is such a strong player, such a physical player that when he gets his body into the defender, he just generates so much space for himself. And it's not the greatest shot in the world, but just enough to get it past the goalie.
Oh. Muley, 7 shots and just 1 goal. Spallina, rather Thompson, into the top right corner. From below the cage, like Spallina, Thompson rolls to his strong side and finds the top shelf. Syracuse is rolling here in the second half. Finn Thompson scores the second goal of the period for the Cuse. The Orange up 12-3 in a Wednesday matinee. Backs down the veteran defender, kicks it out to Falcon. Straight away, spins to the left. Behind the back pass from Steins. Utah moving the ball quickly, but Syracuse sniffs it out. Billy Dwan passes back to his goalie, Will Mark. Syracuse causes the turnover and successfully clears.
That was awesome team defense from the Orange.
How about this? Jake Spallina, he scores! Goal number one for number one. Jake Spallina scores his first goal.
I mean, how special is that for Jake Spallina? Goes down the middle of the field. Great placement there. Bottom of the right corner. I mean, that's a perfect shot there from a D midi. That's exactly what you want to see. And look at Joey Spallina here. You could not find a more happier guy. This entire bench is so thrilled to see the
bats. I don't know. Bradbury swings it. Oh, a swim dodge from Hyde. Flag flies in the air. It looked like the ball went in the back of the net as Will Mark looked behind him.
I wonder if we're going to get a slash before the shot. And then there's also the conversation of, I think he might have stepped in the crease before he got it off. Doesn't look like he stepped in the crease.
Now you see Vinny Trujillo's stick. You can clearly hear their displeasure. The Utah scores for the first time since the fourth quarter. Officials call a hold on Mason Cone. Has held possession for the entire part of this fourth quarter. Granted, only a minute and a half. But Utah has won 6 faceoffs compared to Syracuse's 15. Steins, lefty sideliner misses. And Jordan Hyde's there to clean up the mess. 2 straight goals for the Utes. 13-5, Orange still on top.
And we've seen now both of these goals come in similar situations where Utah realizes there's a bit of chaos going on and decides, we got to go now. We got to attack the goal. And it works. When you're playing in a game like this with how good Syracuse is playing on the defensive end, you got to take advantage of the unsettled situations. That
Utes history to have 100 or more goals. Back at the face-off X, a contentious spot so far in this fourth quarter. Mason Cone wins it, races into the zone. Spallina rips it into the back of the net. SU answers right away with a face-off win and a goal.
Now, of course, this all starts off with the face-off win and how Mason Cone has just been so dynamic in everything that he's done this year. The almost no-look pass the entire time. It looks like he's going to get the shot off. Then
DeMarzo still on 22. Spallina pushed in the back. Back pedals outside of the restraining zone. Leo. His pass to Hiltz, intercepted by the long stick, Joey Boylston. Hiltz ducked out of the way for it. Here come the Utes. The ball doesn't land in Hyde's stick. Going up against Cody Hart. Muley to Thompson on the doorstep. Lexgold makes the save. What a stop from Colin Lexgold. That allows Utah to clear. Cody Hart double teamed. Doesn't matter. Beats Will Mark between the legs. And the Utes trail 14-6. A stop on the defensive side turns into offense on the other.
Just great job there to run the fast break after turning it over last time. Cody Hart says, you know what, I'll just do it myself here. And a nice job, the high to low shot. That's where we've seen success today. Both these goalies are really good. Two of the best keepers in their respective
Shoot this ball. He's hardly moved back there. Pass in front, and a score! Patience is a virtue. Sam English finds the back of the net for the 5th time this season.
You said it, Joe. Patience is key. That's everything when you're running this type of offense, when you're forcing these off balls, because Utah did a great job on that possession. I can't give enough credit to the Utes for just how good of a job that they were doing face guarding, but eventually.
But Spallina versus DePonio, it was a matchup that we thought was going to be something of grand importance during today's game, but with Spallina just standing below Cage, being more of a distributor, that matchup hasn't been there. Quick stick goal. That time you don't have to be patient. Jackson Birtwistle scores for the 2nd time today. SU back up 10.
And that's more of what I want to see in this Syracuse offense, because it all starts on a bit of a dodge. It's not a dodge towards goal necessarily by Christian Muley, but it's a dodge to get the offense going. It's to get the moves.
A 70% save percentage. He came into today stopping 53% of the shots he's seen. Solid day for the NCAA's active all-time saves lead. Let's see if the Utes can solve Jimmy McCool. Hart backpedals into the zone to White. Straight away, he finds the back of the net. A creative entry for the Utes puts Utah back on the scoreboard. Look at this backpedal here from Hart.
I love that, to continue to keep your eyes up. You're working in transition, and then again, it's mixing up that shot angle. That's a great shot there from Zach White to draw in the defense. He kind of fakes a pass for a second.
So McCool gives up his first goal of the season. He's seen 6 shots early on. Mason Cohn wins the faceoff. Races into the zone. He wants more than a faceoff win. He wants a goal! The 4th of the year for Syracuse's faceoff specialist. And SU answers right back. Look at this. Wins the faceoff at 47. The ball goes in the back of the net at 39.
I don't have the credit in the world here to the Oranges Fogos, because they're doing a better job than Ohio State did, than Denver did.
When we talked to Coach McMinn before the game, we asked him about the face-off numbers, which aren't the best coming into this season for Utah. He said it's not really about us, it's about the competition that we've faced. They've gone up against Ohio State, Denver, and Syracuse, who have dominated them at the face-off. That's just because they're solid face-off teams. Johnny Mullen won this most recent face-off to allow Syracuse to start on offense. English swims by a defender, spins back. Got a long stick now on him. Getting poked. English whips it on Cage, and Lenskol makes the save. Rebound. Mullen with a behind-the-back goal. Put that one on the highlight reel. Christian Muley scores his 2nd goal of the game.
And those are the type of offensive possessions that I've just been waiting to see. I almost want this team to be a little bit more selfish at times, because there's so much focus on the ball movement, but they also have some elite dodgers, and there it's Sam English who does it, and he's so good. He gets that shot on Cage that it opens up the opportunities for rebounds, and then the behind the back there from Christian Muley. I don't think any
Dab in this East versus West battle. Grandstaff, his pass falls out of the stick, and that does it. Syracuse wins 18-7 over Utah in the first ever battle between the Orange and the Utes. SU balloons to 4-1 on the early season.
Not a perfect game today for Syracuse. A lot of stuff that's got to be worked on, but to win a game like this by